Welcome to the Orlando Lions Den podcast, your number one Orlando City podcast. For the fans, by the fans. For the fans, by the fans. Keeping you in the know on all things Orlando City since 2018.
Woo! Episode 10 on the year, and we actually have kind of good news to talk about. We picked up a point. Our captain is back. The Open Cup starts this week for MLS teams, and we are a part of it. Swag is coming from a remote location with crappy internet, but I'm going to go ahead and kick it over to him first. Man, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm on my hotspot. Not the best internet connection in Gas City, Indiana.
Where? Gas City, Indiana. That sounds like a fake place.
Yeah. Gas City, man. I was in New York for a while. It was nice. We're in sounds like something out of GTA. So.
That's good, man. Point. That's good.
I was in upstate New York, and this is a huge downgrade over here. So maybe going to Canada in a couple weeks. Who knows?
Yeah, down the days, brother. You sending me the pictures of you going to the Buffalo Sabres game. You're going to the upstate New York casinos, and now you're in GTA Gas City.
Yeah. If GTA was based in Indianapolis, why would the hell would they ever do that to begin with? So,
I mean, Miami was just too good. They had to stick with Florida for whatever.
Back in my favorite state of Indiana, but at least I'm not in a jail cell this time. Right, Clem?
Oh yeah, finally.
Yeah, you could tell it's definitely not a jail cell. It's not. It ain't perfect, but it's honest work. You got that going. So.
Yeah, I'm kind of regretting not taking pictures of all the random hotel artwork that I've seen because I've yet to see anything worth a damn. They're all just really dumb.
My favorite is one of the Giants podcasts that I listen to.
Yeah,
they go to the Senior Bowl every year, and they stayed at an Airbnb last year. But they pretty much replaced all the stock photos that they had in the house, but they accidentally left one family photo, and the guy's like, "I'm taking it."
We do have at our company, we do have a cuck chair rating group, so that's always.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, no, those are always funny. So.
Yeah, mine's like a 2 out of 10 right now.
The last hotel that I was in for work, it was like a double wide with a leg rest. It was a very fancy one. So
8.5. Yeah.
Hotel that my parents stayed at when they came out to visit here had like a desk in front of it. Like it was literally, and you could open and close to view the bed. I was like, that's a 10. Like
10 out of 10.
You could shut the shutters when you need to get business done.
Hell yeah.
There's 5 people that are going to be listening to this that are going to be going, what the hell are they talking about?
Hey, we got to have fun somewhere,
Exactly.
Leon's back. He went frozen for a while. Thought it was
went frozen for he went frozen for a second. Now he's back. So Cleon, how you doing, man? You missed out on all the fun talk that we just had.
No, I heard everything. I was changing my screen, and then I came back and I saw some bright light, like a RIPs or something.
You got the Men in Black just.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's the same light
that memory.
Iago saw in the 68th minute on a Sunday.
Bro, we was in the chat. We were in the chat. They're like, oh, he's just dark arts or something, and I was like,
then you saw him step out the field, and he was just like,
you seen him? He's like this, and I'm like, are we sure he's okay to play?
That's me after my 4th margarita.
Oh God, you during the 999 challenge, the original one, not the fake one.
I love me some margaritas.
All right. Well, we got game to talk. We got JANSSON to talk. We got Open Cup, Houston. Plenty of things to talk about. So let's go ahead and start things off. First, shout out to Chad McGibbon Realty. If you're trying to buy a home in the Central Florida area, QR code on the screen or at Chad McGibbon on Twitter, and he will help you out. Leo Gonzalez with the Epic Mortgage Team, powered by U Mortgage, 407-844-7696. If you're trying to buy, refi, whatever it may be, Leo is the man with the answers to all the questions you might have. And last but not least, Eddie Cruz, our boy Eddie with Comparion Insurance. Any insurance-related questions, it's starting to get warm down there in Florida, which means it's getting close to hurricane season. Hit up Eddie. Make sure you guys are taken care of as far as like your home insurance, your boat insurance, your car insurance, all that stuff is taken care of. He will get you right. And I got to hit up my buddy over at Hourglass Brewing to see if we want to still do something with them this year, because that's always been fun. But first, not first, moving on from that. I'm not good at this today. I'm out of it. We're on a Monday. It's weird. Let's talk about picking up a draw in Columbus. I made a bold prediction with Alex before the game. I was like, I think that we're going to score somehow in the first 10 minutes of this game. And we scored in the 14th minute, and I felt pretty dang good that I was close. But close doesn't count when you're gambling. You would have still lost. But beautiful play. Angulo with the fake assist up to Thiago, who got the real assist, over to Marco Pasalic. Off his left foot to a wide open net. I think if Marco Pasalic learned how to use his right foot a little bit more, he could have had a hat trick in this game. Man had a ton of opportunities to score more goals. Thiago had a couple opportunities.
Bro, hell, I was about to say Thiago could have had a hattie himself.
Thiago, one opportunity, which might get some debate later, that he probably shouldn't have taken, because it was technically not good sportsmanship. But it was funny for me. And then there was a couple opportunities. Ojeda really didn't generate that much, but Thiago and Pasalic generated a lot of good chances. Would have liked to have seen better from them. And I will say, beyond a shadow of a doubt, and I feel like you guys agree with me on this, this is the first time outside of the Montreal game, which I feel like kind of doesn't count, that we looked like a competent team. And I give a lot of that to Mr. Robin Janssen, our captain, being back in the lineup. Unfortunate. In the game recap, Janssen pulled up a little bit of a hammy. Coach staff says he's okay. He'll be fine. Just regular. He was supposed to be a planned sub anyways. Iago took a ball to the dome, as we've just talked about a little while ago. He had to come out, concussion substitution. He looked pretty dazed. Hopefully he's out of concussion protocol by this weekend and good to go.
And here come the children, and you know what follows that.
And here comes the children, along with Adrian Marine, who is basically a child, apparently, a man-child, if you will. And immediately
to be fair, he's probably the only reason we didn't lose that game defensively.
He did play pretty
actually
well.
looked a little better at center back.
A little bit. Yeah, he might be playing center back midweek. We'll find out. But
you might be playing center back midweek.
I don't think they're paying for me to take a flight down there. They might charter a bus, but we'll see. But unfortunately, losing both center backs in a game where it's already incredibly tight, that's no way to be. Struggle came immediately, give up a goal, but we were able to hold on from there. 1-1 draw. Swag, I'll go to you first on this one. What do you make of this game? How are you feeling about it?
Dude, as soon as Janssen went out, man, we all knew what was coming, I think. I would just hope that he's okay. I think that I've never seen a player be so impactful compared to what we've looked like. I know Columbus has been bad, but, man, the fact that he came on and we kept clean sheet for 70 minutes while he was there, that guy, I'm sorry to anything I ever said bad about him. He is the definition of a most valuable player for our team. He makes the biggest difference, I think, with the way the team's built right now. But I'm just happy we didn't lose, to be honest, which then it's like a double-edged sword, right? Like, I'm happy that we didn't lose, and then like I come back to the realization that I'm happy that we didn't lose, which kind of sucks. Like I want higher standards than just being happy that we didn't lose. So usually in a draw like this, when you hold the lead for 70 minutes and you have as many chances as we had, a draw is disappointing, and the fact that it's not is disappointing. So a lot of good opportunities that we had, second half especially, to take that 2-0 lead, and it didn't happen. And after we missed, the first couple of those second half opportunities, you kind of could see the writing on the wall, whether Janssen went injured or got subbed out, or Iago or not, I think we still would have let up that goal to them either which way. So it happened. You hate to see what happened to Abu Ali, game-changing player for them. I mean, if I was a Columbus fan, I would be infuriated with the way the training staff handled that. He went down with a non-contact injury, and then it's one of those situations where you saw it later in the game, and I know it's dealing with a concussion. It's a little bit more stringent on that, but sometimes as the training staff, you got to earn your money, and you have to stop the player that is always going to want to play from going back in the game. And they didn't do it right, and he ended up tearing his ACL. So that was kind of bad to see. And I could feel, as much as I don't like to empathize with Columbus, it's like I could feel their pain, because the injury bug biting them, they're down bad, and it's biting us and we're down bad. And just felt like two teams that are really, really far off the pace, honestly.
I agree with that. Two teams that have both been struggling to kind of figure things out. I wasn't going to go ahead and jump right to this, but you gave me a good segue. I'm just kind of curious what you think about this, because obviously I'm with you. Awful to see, because both times he went down were non-contact, which is just always, you never want to wish that kind of thing on anybody. But my friend Ty Fisher, who works with the Wise Men Say podcast and Massive Report out in Columbus, he asked their coach if there was any reservations about putting him back in, and he basically said from the medical staff, and he said, like, can he go on, keep on playing? And they said maybe not, and then they start the game back up, and then they're like, who do we put in? They're like, okay, he could go back out. I'm like, who's just like, how the way that this reads, this snippet, it's just like, I don't know, like, as someone who's had injuries, and both head injuries and like lower leg injuries from playing soccer and stuff like that, like, you're exactly right, man. You got to stop the player from being their own worst enemy, because if the player said, I'm good to go, you got to stop him in that situation if something's not right, because that injury immediately, we in the chat, all of us were like, he just did his ACL before he even went back out on the field. Like,
yeah, it was a sprain, and at first probably just a sprain, maybe something partial, but I mean, he was still running and moving, and adrenaline is the thing. But when you tear an ACL, he still played 5 or 10 minutes after. Anytime it's listen, I'm not here to judge any training staff, or they do things that they obviously went to school for and all this stuff. But one thing they don't teach in school, or probably can't, is trying to tell a guy that makes 20, 30, 40 times what you make, that you got to sit out, and then tell the coach that too. At some point, that's the hardest part of being an athletic trainer, but it's also the most important part of being part of that training staff. I'm glad we handled it well with Iago, and like Cleon said, I mean, that guy was dazed. And in all seriousness, we could joke about the way that his eyes were looking and stuff like that, but he did not look. I would have been concerned if he re-entered the game, personally. And I could see that just from the limited view that we had on TV from 1,000 miles away. So I'm glad we did it the right way, and especially with Twellman calling the game, that would have not been good. I'm sure he would have blasted us too. So we did it right, and at some point, it's like, it's just a game with two, in all honesty, really bad teams. That 3 points, probably is not going to make the difference at the end of the year, which is tough to say. But the way it's been looking right now for both of these teams, you should be, especially your star player, you should be looking to preserve him. I know they're grasping for straws. They want, like you said, they want to get going on the season, but now they've really dug their hole. And without him, he was the only bright spot in their entire roster to start out. And without him, they're really, 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 really going to struggle. And just sucks to see, man. Just sucks to see.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, like, it's always bad for the league when something like that happens, just to, full stop. So he did announce today that it was a torn ACL and meniscus. So I'd fully expect them to put him on the season-ending injury list. And
does he play international, like for any international teams, or?
He plays for Palestine.
Okay, so it's not going to affect his World Cup.
Yeah, he's not in the World Cup or anything like that. But if they put him on the season-ending injury list, they realistically could get in another DP if they wanted to. So
for
as
a
long
year,
as he doesn't
right?
make more, yeah, and then they have to figure it out in the winter,
and not till July. So yeah,
exactly. So they might be able to do something if they can. Rossi is still a hell of a player. He showed that how he scored on us. So we'll see how they end up doing. But scary times to be. You know, it's important. I feel like it's important to still kind of talk about this stuff because obviously, you know, especially how unfortunate of an injury that is. We've seen that happen to players all over the place before. Even crap happened to Daryl DK twice in England.
You know, and it's a 7th out of 34 match days. It's like so MLS Cup final, whatever. I can see the guy wanting to play and the training staff wanting to get it. Like you're at a you know, and you probably would have got the same result, but at least then you could fall back and say he gave it his all to win the cup, you know. But now it's like it's week 7. Yeah, his season's over. That effectively ends, in my opinion, for Columbus, it ends their season. He was the only guy doing anything for him. And they've already struggled allowing us to come in there was outscored 16-0 in the last 3 away matches and have a lead for 70 minutes. Does not look good for them. But yeah, I mean, yeah, like you said, it's tough to see. You know, I don't like to see it. But yeah, man, I'm like I said, just to circle back, you know, I'm happy that we got the point. It was much needed. I hate to say I was right at the beginning of the season when I said 4 points through the first 7 matches in the preseason. That was correct, but you know, now's the time to turn. I'm not sure JANSSON, you know, could have done much as far as getting us more points in those first 6 matches. So, you know, we missed him, yeah, but he's going to turn a 5-0 loss into probably a 2 or 3-0 loss, you know, but he's not going to, we weren't going to shut out LAFC and we weren't going to do anything crazy against, you know, the games that we've lost. So I think that not necessarily a turning point in the season is a 1-1 draw, but when you look back on the season, it might be that spot where we look and say, you know, it wasn't JANSSON that made the turning point of the season or anything like that, but it was just the fact that we've gotten through this brutal part of the schedule. Right now we can kind of reset, move forward, hopefully play some easier teams, get some results going back to back. And, you know, I think we're 3 or 4 points out. We're not far off from the line. So
that's true. Yeah, I think I said in the group chat, you know, the performance that the team put in for that first 75 minutes before Iago and JANSSON went off, they deserve to get at least a point out of this game. You know, they deserve 3 points realistically, but when you're down 2 center backs, you got to be realistic about it. Cleon, anything else that you got to add with that or takeaways from that statement?
No, I mean, I think we probably, I don't know. We look so bad. I was about to say, I don't know if I agree that, you know, this season pretty much would have been the same if JANSSON was there, because that, to me, that just looked like a way more competent team and stuff like that. It looked totally different. And but we all on the flip side, to Alex's point, we look so bad. It's hard for me to even think.
I mean, we could
have put out at least like 3 more points or something.
This at least looked night and day from the last 2 game days. You know, there's that.
Yeah,
night and day of difference. I do want to go ahead and kind of take a little bit of time to shout out Robin JANSSON. Thank you for being healthy finally. Because I think a lot of the competence that we said we saw in this game really kind of comes from just building out of the back. Everyone has always talked about how comfortable and confident Robin JANSSON is as a center back on the ball, whether it be distributing side to side or advancing the ball forward. He has a great long switch in his arsenal. But man, it's one of those things. I think for me and Cleon, we talked about this a little bit before we went live, like how good JANSSON was reflected on Iago. Like Iago played with so much more confidence, and he looked all the bit of the player that we thought that we were getting. Like Iago also saved a goal right before he ended up going off as well. Like 5 minutes before he got that shot to the head. Like he put in a great shift too. So I don't want to like JANSSON makes all the players around him better. And for that reason, can't wait to get a Wilder Cartagena back in this team as well, because I feel like that's going to be another guy that from a defensive aspect, it's going to keep elevating everybody around him too.
Isn't that what I mean? That's team sports, right? And I think it's underlooked,
It is, yeah,
or overlooked rather in team sports is, what makes a player great. Yeah, they can have great individual efforts, but what really makes a player great is how much better they make the people around them. And like you said, with the way that he made Iago look like he'd been starting in this league for a while, Iago looked like a sure thing back there. Crepeau was probably praising the heavens, and he stepped up his game because of that, I feel like. So, yeah, I mean, JANSSON just immediately making everybody around him look better.
I believe
as to West
you,
and Brain Dead Ojeda, I don't know about those two guys. I don't know what can make them look better, but JANSSON really did well in the back line.
Mind you, Iago's he's been looking better. He's been looking better even before JANSSON got back. Slowly, he's been progressing. His activity. I was talking to Mike before we were on air. His activity and defensive actions and things like that is a lot higher than the other two we've been running with him. And it's just now he's in the position that he's supposed to be in, not literal position, but as far as his position in the team, as far as he's supposed to get in and be learning the league as he's going, instead of getting in and supposed to be leading the back line when he doesn't even know what's going on yet. You know what I'm saying? So now he's able to just focus on what he's doing instead of trying to make sure, his other rookie partners is in the right spot. And then Brekalo, who's supposed to be the vet back there, but you know how that is. So he's just a lot better. He looked a lot better because he's solely having to focus on himself, basically. You know what I mean?
And I do want to bring up Daniel's point here too. He's like had the chances to get all three, biffed some clear breaks on goal with bad decisions and inexperience. And it's one of those things that for me, even watching like the other games where we've struggled offensively, like there's shots that like Martin Ojeda was taking where like those were goals last year, like I would say it's not even just this. It's kind of been the team as a whole. We're not capitalizing on the chances that we're getting. So hopefully this is at least something that builds some confidence and can lead to momentum. But very clearly, we're not the same attacking team that we were last year. Something's not hitting right. I don't want to say that we got the Y word, but we might have the Y word. Don't want to be there. Don't want to jinx that and make it true if it's not. But yeah, at the end of the day, though, I just feel like we looked like a much more competent team. And just that the other thing that I felt about that is, I love Martin Ojeda. I don't think Martin Ojeda is a captain. And like not taking anything away from him, he just doesn't have that like captain-like intensity that I feel like we were missing. I don't know that anyone else on the team did have that. Robin JANSSON has that captain-like intensity. And I feel much more comfortable about this team with him on the field. So hopefully, like the coaching staff said, he's all good. And there's not, and it was supposed to be a planned sub. Looked like he was grabbing his hammy, but he looked like he was fine after the game. So fingers crossed, we are all good there.
Yeah, and fingers crossed Wilder gets back too, because
Foot Mob said end of April.
That in the middle.
Brother.
Because I ain't feel. I'm sorry, but I ain't feeling this Ojeda and Eto'o appearing, bro.
It is amazing that we created as many chances as we did with absolutely zero coming from either one of those dudes. Nothing coming from either one of those dudes. Even especially on the counter and in transition, you got to count on the midfield. And even when we had the counter in transition, it was either coming out of the back from Robin or from Angulo just busting his tail. It had nothing to do with those two guys in the middle that were just miserable. I mean, easily, now that we're into it, easily my stock down, both of those guys. Brought in Otavio at the end of the match, and it's like, just play this guy. Just play him. At least he's got fire, he runs. And he's like kind of reminds you of Cesar.
Bro, did they say he just turned 19? I didn't realize he was 18.
Otavio? Yeah.
He just turned 19?
Just turned 19. Yep.
Oh, he's an infant.
Yeah, that's easily my stock down. Those two guys in the midfield. Robin Janssen is easy stock up, but I'll give my stock up to. You can put it on Ricardo, who's been getting a lot of heat lately, but it's the Brazilian trio, man, the U22 trio. Iago looked great. Otavio looked good. Like he can play ball when he came in, and
about that contrast in here.
And Thiago, like Mike said, he was there. He was in the right spot at the right time pretty often. It lacks a little bit of finishing touch, but also he hasn't really been getting the playing time that he's had to put that in and have it all connect. So that kid up front, man, Thiago, he has got a boatload of potential, and you can see it when he's in the match. I think
he's got a motor on him too.
I think more playing time, and him and Angulo on the left side that was terrorizing. I think if we can get some sort of that final touch between the two of them to get going, Pasalic and Ojeda and Griezmann eventually, those would be happy guys. So I
just wanted to say, I wasn't laughing at anything you were saying. I was just laughing at the stock down to Evil Ojeda.
Yeah.
I put on screen from Lil Cluzy.
Even the regular Ojeda, not great this match, to be honest.
No, he wasn't.
He's catching mine.
Yeah. He was kind of frustrating.
Cleon, go for it then, man.
We got absolutely completely opposite contrasting opinions on this one. Because for me, that dude drove me insane this match. Thiago drove me insane.
If you take his final touch away, it was perfect.
It's his and I actually think is what you said is for me it's the opposite. His finishing is not that bad. It's not the finishing. It's his like bad Angulo in the final third.
Oh yeah. The Angulo heat map.
It's like two of them. It's like two of them over there for me. So it's like for me, like all the blown chances we had, that was almost all him. And it was I know he had the one assist, but his passing was so terrible. It was so terrible, and his decision making, like it was killing us. Ojeda, I agree with you 100%. I'm not talking about Evil Ojeda, the other Ojeda. This match, it's like dude was sleepwalking. So many times we lost possession because they're trying to get out of the press and they're trying to get the ball out to him, and it's like his feet were just planted in cement or something. And it's like if the ball's not directly coming to him, he just wasn't making an effort to even get to it, or he was just like, or it's almost like it was taking him too long to pick up the ball, like as far as picking up where the ball was coming from. Because yes, the passes weren't great; they weren't directly to his feet, but it's like he wasn't even reacting to try to get to him. And so many times with Ojeda, Martin, this match, it was easily his worst match I've seen from him in a while. Thiago, definitely, I agree with it. He's definitely got potential, and you can see it. I think he 100% can end up like Enrique, but his passing and decision making and stuff like that was horrible. And I also don't think I don't agree too much on the motor actually, because he doesn't press at all for me. But he's a good finisher, and I think for sure he's gonna get it right. Just this match, I just don't think it was this match. That's probably the worst one I've seen from him, even though yes, he did get an assist. He looked better than the other ones to me. So for this match, I'm not gonna give him a stock down. I know I just said a lot on like Thiago. I'm not giving him a stock down for the season because I don't think his stock's going down for the season. For this match, sure. Ojeda for this match, sure. I see both of them helping us this year. Stock down. I didn't see any stock down for the season. There's those two for the match. As far as stock up, I'm gonna go Iago, definitely. I can see it. I can see it now. You know what I mean? He's a lot better back there. He's been rapidly improving and you know getting comfortable. And Ty, you know what?
Down, you don't have a stock down for the midfield. I mean, to me, if you're looking at the whole season,
bro, you know what?
Guys, dude,
yeah,
those two.
You know
guys,
what? You're right. You know what? You're right. I can't even pick which one to give it to, so I'm gonna just say both. Stock down on both Ojeda, Evil Ojeda, and on and Atuesta. Like, I don't understand. And the thing for me, that's why I can't wait for Will to get back. But at least gives us some depth. Mind you, that's expensive depth because we're paying a lot for both of them. Because apparently Brian Ojeda's on like a DP level contract. or at least where he can get classified as one.
He's just classified as a, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, but he's at least high enough to even be there. If he's in it right now. You know what I mean?
That means he's the highest non-DP player. Right?
Yeah, so we're obviously paying a lot for him. At Tuesta, and then the thing that's a little bit scary is, because for me, once Boda gets back, this defense was we look fine. We look fine this match, but we got to get that fixed 100%. So Wilder's definitely got to be JANSSON. He's back now. Wilder, we got to plug him back in there, and then Ojeda and at Tuesta have to battle that out. But the thing for me is, mind you, Atuesta's been terrible. He's been terrible. And he's been terrible since, I think, me and Mike were talking about like August of last year. But I don't see Brian Ojeda giving us what Atuesta's supposed to be giving us when Atuesta's at his best. You know what I mean? Mind you, Atuesta ain't giving us Atuesta right now either, what he's supposed to be giving us. But I don't even see that in Brian Ojeda's tool bag. So, I don't know what we're supposed to do over there as far as us getting better through the season through our midfield, because Wilder's he's just safe and he's solid, but we need like a guy that can game break a little bit with his passing and vision. And really, I only see Atuesta having the ability to do that. Is he actually going to do it? I don't know, because we ain't seen it in a while now. So, yeah, I definitely stock down is both of those two. And I hope one of them gets it right.
I think that's all we need.
Yeah, I was going to say my stock down was definitely just to the midfield as a whole, because I got a Martin Ojeda as well. He's been struggling. Yeah. So both Ojedas, Atuesta. I said to Cleon beforehand, I was like, I think that individually, Brian Ojeda and Edward Atuesta could both be good players with a more defensive-minded player. I don't think they are good together, because they both are not good at covering each other when one goes up, because they get caught in no man's land. They're just not wired to play that position, which is part of the reason why Brian Ojeda didn't look good at fullback, because he's not wired to play that defensively. So,
which is kind of depressing, right? Because we were paying them both a decent chunk of money, and basically what you just said is one of them has to be on the bench at all times.
It feels that way. It feels that way.
And it does. It's I mean, it 100%
we're
too
bad.
That way
we're too bad defensively.
When Wilder comes back.
We're too bad defensively to allow both of them in the midfield, bro.
Yeah, I agree. And Otavio, at least he brings that really true six mindset, kind of like a young Wilder or Cesar was. But those two guys, yeah, and he's a defensive first midfielder when he comes on, and he'll get forward. But you could tell he's defensive first. I think that's why we signed him to begin with. And Wilder, obviously defensive first midfielder. Those two guys that are there right now, that's not even for Atuesta. I don't even think that's in his wheelhouse. That's not the type of player he ever has been.
That's why he needs to
Yeah, and Brian Ojeda is like, feels like you're kind of forcing him to be that way. He may have it in him, but I don't the two of them together, man. You would have, if I would have just looked at how the midfield those two guys played this match, I would have said we would have gotten absolutely pounded into the dirt
Bro,
because
I don't remember. I don't even remember what the play was or when it happened. But there was one point where I don't know if we turned the ball over or what, but they came straight through the middle, and I was like, "Where the hell's our midfield?" And it was like they weren't even there, and it was like one was on way on this side, and the center was just wide open. It was just wide, and they're just running the ball straight through the center, and I was like, "Where the hell's the midfield at?" And both of them are just like, Ojeda's just kind of jogging back, and then Atuesta's not even in the frame.
They
So
did
it's
not
like,
complement each other well.
no, man,
for sure.
no. Mind you, and this is where I kind of feel bad for Ricardo, because you can, when you put all the pieces together healthy, you can kind of see that it seems like we were actually supposed to have more depth than we ever had. You know what I mean? Because out of our 8, you have both of those guys there. You have Atuesta and you have Brian Ojeda, right? And then on the other side, you have Roder and you have Otavio, and then you also have the younger guys under that.
Yeah.
Who if you want to go to like a third, if our favorite Frenchman ever gets back from his ACL on as the other 8.
Also in practice.
And you have Gusky as well. When you're talking about them as like the third, then you look solid. You know what I mean? You look solid when you're not talking about Otavio as the backup number 6 and not, somebody you got to rely on. It looks solid, at least more solid than as far as depth as we've seen in a few years. There's still nothing that it's just, I don't know why we've been like this for about 10 years. It's just 110.
Same thing with the center backs, that's, and then the fullbacks too. But I think they're counting on the young fullbacks to make at least some sort of, and we made the move for Dorsey, but this match gave, I think, all of us hope with the center backs. It's like, well, when we're healthy, we probably only need one more. Whereas a couple weeks ago, we're like, bring out any and all center backs that you can find. But when JANSSON and Thiago are there, we got Miller back there. I think I don't think it was. It gave me some hope. I think the result was, we maybe should have won. We maybe could have lost. It's probably a rightful draw. But the most important thing about this match was seeing for 70 minutes what Antoine Griezmann is going to come into if we're healthy. And to me, that's like that. That should excite everybody.
Yo, I'm gonna do something a little out of character, bro. I for my stock up, I actually have one more, and it's a child.
Go for it. I was gonna say I didn't get to give mine out yet, but go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Maybe no.
You let into this. You let into this already.
You know what? I'm coming around on him, bro. That dude's. I think he might be legit.
I agree.
Taifi. And this is the thing, because at first I thought of him as just, especially since he played a lot of center back in OCB. I thought of him as just strictly like defensive, like Kyle Smith almost, but even more defensive. You know what I mean? And I thought of him as strictly just like holding fullback, just sitting back there and that's it, almost like just another center back. You know what I mean? But that dude, he's got some chops in attack. And I kept thinking it was almost like luck for a while, because I just never saw him do it really in OCB. But since he's been with us up top, in the first team, when he gets in, he gives us a spark, like even in attack. And he's always solid. He hustles a lot. He's always solid defensively. But he surprised me in the attack. I keep thinking it was like he just was getting good lucky breaks, but it's when something happens consistently, it's not really luck. It's just you're making it happen. You know what I mean? And he's
got some size issues, but
he's got some. I think he might have something, man.
And he's got something that you kind of can't teach. And I'm gonna. you know, it's heart, man. Like that kid, like I don't want to go like that full replacements, Gene Hackman. Like, what do you need to win the game? You need heart. Like, you know, that's what he's got. And then you kind of look at it like the fact that he's been with the club before this stadium
forever.
You know, like he's been with us since he was like 8 years old, I think. Like he is the first, like maybe I'm slightly off with this, but realistically, born into the academy, like first homegrown to do like every step of the way, like from those lower levels. Like he, don't try and curse on this. He gives a shit about the club. Like, and that's very clear. Like, and that you can't teach that. Like Orlando City is him, you know, so you kind of got to like the kid. And especially now you coming around on him, I'm proud of you.
Yeah. And because it's strange, man. Cause it's like, this is going to be a weird analogy, but it's like, you know, like the fat chick in school, the fat ugly girl in high school. And then she grows up and she, you know, she get real fine. She get real sexy, but she don't know. She still has like the fat ugly chick mentality. It's almost like that. It's like, cause it's almost like that because he was like, he just keeps getting moved up. I feel like he almost kept getting moved up, and a lot of his teammates are always more talented, all through the academy and stuff like that. But the dude plays so hard, right, that he always just kind of get brought along. And then, because he just plays too hard and he just cares too much and stuff like that to cut him, really. You know what I mean? And when they first gave him the homegrown, I almost felt like they gave it to him just because he's been here so long and he's just worked so hard and stuff like that. But the dude's earned his spot, man. He's earned his spot, and he's like, out of all that group of homegrowns we had, not counting like Freeman, like on paper you'd be like, okay, that's the least talented one. But it's like he's overtaken. It's like his hustle and his drive is like it's pushed his talent up, and now it's like actually showing on the field when he plays. So it's surprising. It's surprising me because, you know, I'm you know, I don't like the kid. I don't like playing the kids.
So, I know you don't like playing the kids. I can't believe you just called him basically the Duff though of his group. Like,
I agree.
I said he was the Duff. He was the Duff. But now he's like he's the good looking chick. He just, you know, he just still plays so hard because it's like he still think he ugly.
I got you. I understand what you mean. Well, I mean, my stock up was just going to go to the defense in general. I got to give credit where it's due. The game plan, the personnel, everything looked better in this game, at least for the first 75 minutes. You know, especially Bracalo kind of switching back to a left back, but even like Angulo dropping deeper to assist him. Like those were things that just worked well. Like there was some talks of like Bracalo and not wanting to play left back, supposedly, that I had heard. Like someone got through to him, whoever did it, whoever that happened. Thank you.
That or he just lied, or they just lied to him and told him, "Oh no, we're playing 3 center backs. You're at center back, bro.
You're on the left side. You're just a little bit wider." However they got it done, I appreciate.
However you gotta do it, you gotta do it
because it works.
But he don't need to be in the center. He need to get over there.
All right, so we spent probably, I feel like 30 minutes almost on stock up, stock down. I know it wasn't that long, but we rambled a little bit. So US Open Cup is back. That's part of the reason why we moved this to Monday. Wanted, for those people that don't watch live and listen on podcasts, wanted to give you more time to be able to check out the episode beforehand. We're traveling down to FC Naples, which I was taking a look at my Twitter feed. It looks like there's a big nasty wildfire in Naples going on today. So hopefully everyone's okay out there. Obviously that stuff's terrifying when you see that kind of stuff pop up, but we're coming to town and trying to continue our road in the US Open Cup down against FC Naples. So Cleon, what are your thoughts on this game? What kind of lineup do you want to see, and what are your expectations?
Bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, John Rollins, I love you, bro, but I saw what you posted on Twitter talking about starting all these children in USOC. I know you've seen our season so far. We cannot afford to be punting nothing. I don't care. We're supposed to win. We're not that good right now to be thinking we just roll OCB out there and it's fine. No, it's not fine. No, it's not fine. Right now, we've given up a league historic record in futility. So for anybody to think We're good enough to just be rolling any old thing out there and it's going to get the job done. No, I ain't taking no chances with that. You better go full tilt. Get it done. Because, you ain't winning no MLS Cup. You'd be lucky you make the playoff. I'm sorry. You'd be lucky you make the play-in. So you better go in and get what you can get while it's there. Maybe you survive long enough. Maybe you can survive long enough to how long does the USOC run? Potentially can Griezmann get in?
Yeah.
Oh, is it done?
Oh yeah.
There you go. Try to hold on till he's in.
Like till September or something is the final.
And maybe you walk away with something.
Yeah, let me take a look to see if they got the fixture schedules. I'll go ahead and Google that while you're talking about it. I did get it.
Yeah.
Me and John, I did have a conversation with him on that thread because me and him have a very obvious difference of opinion. I don't mind playing some youth. I have no problem playing some youth. You cannot do the entire youth team for this game, in my opinion. Because I've been saying
we're not that good, bro.
I said when it was just me and Ryder last week, I said this team needs a slump buster. This weekend performance was good, but you need a slump buster. You're playing against a team in the 3rd division of American soccer. I don't care that you're going into their home. You're going to have probably at least 100 Orlando City fans that are at least traveling down there for that. I don't know how many are going to be there in total. I know Ryder's bringing 5. I'm a little annoyed he's not here. Rousing him a little bit. He said, let's move it to Monday so we can give more time for the Open Cup. He could talk about FC Naples because he's from there, and he bailed. So it was all his idea. But yeah, I think you need a slump buster. Is that how you feel, Alex?
I hate to break it to you guys. Y'all can dream all you want. I've been doing this a long time now, and you should know that this lineup that John Rollins posted is probably more right than wrong. It's just the way it's going to be.
I promise.
I agree with what you guys are saying, but I don't see. Iago's not going to be able to play. I don't think he's going to clear. I don't think he should play. I don't think he's going to clear concussion protocol. But by then, so you're going to get. And Nolan Miller's injured. I don't even know who we're going to play at center back. It's probably going to be Bracalo and Marine. God, Lord help us. And that means that at left back, it's going to be Tahir Reed-Brown. At right back, you're probably going to get Taifi at right back. If we play Otero in goal, that's the big game changer to me. To me, you got to play Crepeau. He's got a red card already earlier. He already got a game off. He plays goalkeeper. He's
playing goalkeeper, bro. Like, come on,
dude. That to me is the big circle. That's the big circle for me. If we play Crepeau, we're going to take it seriously. If we don't, I have a hard time giving anybody any leeway. Otavio is probably going to start. He got that right.
I'm good with Otavio.
Thiago is probably going to start. Gusky's probably not going to start. I think you'll see one of the two midfielders, but who knows? Gusky, he might give us more after what we've talked about. But Thiago's probably going to start. I can see Justin Ellis starting at the top, and Gustavo, the guy had a stellar first round in the Open Cup last year. I don't see why you don't play him either. So I think we're going to need one DP on the pitch. I think Ojeda or Pasalic have to be on. I don't think we'll see them both. I'd be surprised if you see one, to be honest, to start. They'll travel, obviously. But I think this lineup is it's going to come down to Marine, Bracalo, and Crepeau, because we're going to get a goal or 2 or 3, but we should not be allowing goals with those 3 guys in to FC Naples. So, but I think this lineup that was posted, whether I like it or not, I think it's probably more accurate than not, to be honest.
See,
especially with Houston on Saturday, right? We play Houston on Saturday at home.
We do, yeah.
It's a must-win. And it's an easily winnable game. They've lost 3 in a row and have not been looking convincing. So, I know what
Houston,
you're saying. We're not winning anything, right? But we got through the tough part of the schedule. It's we if we get a win and we go to 7 points, we're probably right on the line. The East has been pretty bad to start out the season. It's really the top, 3 or 4 teams, but that the bottom and is wide open in the East right now, just to start. And 3 points could make a big difference for us in our season right now, especially after we've gotten through. So I don't think we're going to go full tilt against at least the start. And I don't think we need to. And I would like to see, most of those guys that we have in on there, especially Justin Ellis. I would like to see him get the start.
So Cleon, just to follow up with you, I did take a look. Semifinals and final. If we make it that far, Griezmann will be there for that. April 14th, 15th, round of 16 is the 28th and 29th, and then the quarterfinals are May 19th and 20th.
Well, I'd say y'all can say all that, but I'm gonna say this: if you lose in Naples, stay in Naples.
That's fair.
I agree.
Fair.
I mean, but I'm not loving the idea of it, but I also don't love the idea of an already injury depleted team getting stretched thin against Naples. We shouldn't have to.
Yeah, I mean, I look at guys like Iago, probably going to be in concussion protocol for this game. I don't see a shot at him playing. JANSSON making his way back. I think that he will probably get rest. And then the other one who's been in and out of injury, there's actually two, is Duncan McGuire. Might not play because he's picked up a knock this week, and that's why he didn't play. And then Dorsey had been in and out with injury. I don't think he would play in this game. Those are my players that I think injury-wise would probably sit. I think it's going to be more like when we did the Open Cup game against the Rowdies. It was a mix of first team and first team reserves. Like it wasn't fully like outside of Caraballo, it wasn't a whole lot of like OCB kids. I do think though, I'm with you, Alex, 100%. You got to give Justin Ellis minutes in this game. Like I was very obviously it ended up working out because of the center back injuries. I was kind of like, I tweeted in the middle of the game. I was like, all the subs are warming up and Justin Ellis is still on the bench. I don't understand what's going on, because Thiago at that point around 65 minutes was kind of becoming a little bit detrimental to the team with miscontrolling things in the attack. So I was like, we need to make a change up there. It's time. Why is he not there? Obviously, game state changed, situations happened. It made sense. But at the end of the day, Naples is a good team. They're top of USL League One and they bang goals down there. So like, you don't want to go ahead and just fully rely on the kids to get things done, in my opinion. I think you need a hybrid team. But I think
like this. If they played OCB, I think they're winning.
Hey,
the thing is that the lineup that was posted, really, I mean, it's like Bracalo and Marine are going to start because there's literally nobody else to play center back. There is literally, the back four is set. It will be TRB, Bracalo, Marine, and Taifi. 100%. You can pencil that in right now. Right?
Yeah, I'd bet money on that being the four.
The midfield, it's like, yeah, we could play Atuesta and Ojeda, but like we've been saying for the last 30 minutes,
we've been very good together. So I don't know about that.
They haven't been great. Play them together to build.
I play them together to build confidence. Like they need it.
Am I going to be upset if I see Otavio with one of those two? No, I won't be upset. If I see Otavio with Gusky, I'll be a little upset, but I'm not going to be crazy upset. Those are two the guys that have gotten consistent first team minutes. The big thing is going to be in that front four. That's going to be, are we taking, and that goalkeeper, like I said, it's going to be in that front four. Thiago is going to play. And then, like you said, Duncan's out, so he's probably not going to play. And I just don't see us rolling out Pasalic and Ojeda against FC Naples when we play on Saturday again. So to start, at least, I just don't see it. I don't see that, unfortunately. Whether you like it or not, I don't see that happening. So, we probably see Thiago, probably do see Justin Ellis. You probably give Angulo a rest, and you probably get Caraballo in there. So I think, there's some tweaks that I would make to this lineup, sure, but I think we'll be fine either way. And I think I'd rather have those guys on the bench, if you need a goal to come off and give you that spark against them.
That's fair.
And then if you don't need a goal, if it's the guys that we, believe in, apparently as an organization, get the job done, then they get a nice needed rest heading into a pretty important match day on Saturday, in my opinion.
I can see that. So what's your prediction? What do you got against Naples?
3-1. I don't. I mean, we're gonna win. I think we'll win. I think, the big question for me is going to be the back line and how they play, because I don't care if you're FC Naples. Tahir Brown, Brecalo, and Marine in there, that back four, you're just salivating. We gave up 16 goals in the last 3 road matches. I don't care if you're a high school team. You're thinking to yourself, I can score on these guys. So that's why again, I think playing Crépeau is a must. It's a must to play him. You already have extreme liability at the back. Any place you can get some sort of, number one, our sure thing. There's no drop off. We're going to play our best guy at this position. It has to be in goal. Crépeau, you're going to have to roll on out there in Naples, brother. That's my opinion. If we do that, I'll know we're taking it seriously. I do think we'll win. Let's say 3-1.
Cleon, what's your prediction?
Are we playing all these kids this loud?
I'm not worried about the kids.
I am.
I'm worried more about.
I watch all the OCB and they get scored on all day long.
But we have to play TRB, right? We're gonna have to play Taifi.
I see TRB get cut up by little academy kids from Inter Miami.
I agree, brother, but we have to play him. We have no choice. Who else are you going to play at left back?
I'm telling you, USO
there's literally nobody else
better than what we play.
I understand that, but who else are you going to play at left back on Wednesday with Iago in concussion protocol? JANSSON pulling his hammy, walking off like that.
Bernardo Rain.
Oh my
Who
God,
else are you going to play at left? Who else are you going to play at left back?
Wow, I'm just coming to the realization we're going to lose to FC Naples.
I mean, the back four is set.
Yeah, there's a loss, bro.
TRB, Marine, Brecalo, and Taifi. That's the back four.
2-0 FC
Naples. Because
Naples.
it's the only back four that we have. It is the only back four that we have.
Well, you just convinced me. 2-0 FC Naples. It's an L. It's an L.
Oh God! All right. Well, Cleon is so impressionable. 4-0 Orlando City. That's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna get the job done. We're gonna figure it out. Slump buster. The slump will get busted, and that brings us into Houston. We will be healthier. I don't know that Iago will be back, but JANSSON should be good for this one. That's my assumption based on what Perelman said in the post game. Closer to Cartagena being back, he won't be back for this one. But Houston's a team that struggled. They got 2 wins. What? For which one?
You sure you want to be back?
Cartagena? I don't think so. But Houston struggled.
Because I feel like a lot of people didn't feel JANSSON was going to be back either.
They kind of kept that under wraps, I think. So I was a little bit surprised by that myself, to be honest.
I don't know. For me, they kept. I mean, the dude was practicing for like 2 weeks, so it was like I just feel like if he's practicing in full, he's going to play.
We'll see.
So for me, it was weird.
But they've struggled. I think that they're scoring goals, but they are also poor defensively. They got 2 wins, 4 losses on the year. They also just gave up 6 goals to Colorado. So it's going to be a tale of 2 very similar teams, in my opinion. Cleon, I'll go to you first on this one. What's your prediction of game against Houston?
Oh, wow.
Assuming we have JANSSON.
I think it's not. I think that's a. If now I'm on the assumption that everybody gets sat for Wednesday, so I'm thinking full. Don't get my little demon started with that dog. So now I'm on the assumption that everyone's going to get sat down. So now I'm thinking we're pretty much full strength, Houston. So I'm gonna go with a draw.
A draw.
2-2.
Man, you're tough tonight, brother. You're tough. You're talking about Slumbuster, Mike. You're talking about Slumbuster. Wednesday match in Naples. You either do what you're supposed to do or you don't. And doing what you're supposed to do ain't a slump buster. That ain't a slump buster. This game right here is the slump buster. This is the one. Houston at home, coming off a few bad results. Got your captain back. Iago hopefully is going to be good to go by then. This is the slump buster, in my opinion. And Ojeda gets a goal or two. I think Thiago gets a goal. And I like us to win 4-2.
Hey man, slump busters come in all shapes and sizes, different ways, different hows. I think that this is just both can be slump busters. Why not? Por qué no las dos? I also think that this is going to be a win. I said 4-0 in the previous one. Go ahead and give me 3-2 in this one. I think it's going to be a little bit more contentious. I didn't say it for the Open Cup. Give me a brace from Justin Ellis in that one. I think he's going to get a brace. I think Ojeda is going to get a goal. And I think some random player is going to get a goal. Give me a Bracalo header off a set piece. And then against Houston, 3-2. Go ahead and give me a goal. 2 goals from Ojeda and 1 from Angulo. Get him on the score sheet. I think the not evil one. That's
this is a big
that's going to stick around
man.
for a little while.
They're both big matches. They're both big matches.
It's a huge match. And if we win, this could be like, if we win, JANSSON comes back healthy. Iago looks as good as he did. Dorsey's okay. Crépeau continues to act like he's been playing. This is this is a chance, because then you get Charlotte, who they've been all right, but they've had their struggles. So you get them at home, then midweek on Wednesday. Could be 6 points. This could be 6 points in 2 matches, and at that point, you're like, the whole season has changed. Now you're just like, let's just tread water with our head above the line until Griezmann gets in, and the guys that are going to get breaks, like JANSSON, like Iago, that are going to get breaks during the World Cup. We come back, if we are 9th going in to the World Cup break, I mean, that's got to be the biggest win of the season in all
Absolutely.
MLS, I think, especially with how we started. And if we can do that, I think a lot of other teams are going to have us on watch when Griezmann comes in. Just my personal opinion, because he'll be coming in on a. People are like, oh, he's not going to get an off season. He's going to get a month and a half. He's going to get 2 months off. He'll have plenty of time to come here, adjust, get his time, his body clock working, and then we
hopefully
go back
have a new coach.
Yeah, go back at the end of July, man. I think this weekend gave me some optimism for the season, and this week coming up is a huge week as far as how us as fans and really the team is going to look at for the potential that this season can have. Because Cleon's like, we're not going to win MLS Cup. It's MLS, man. When Griezmann comes in, a player like that, if we get healthy, we make another signing at center back or something like that.
Never know.
You never know in this league, man. You never, ever, ever know.
And with that, that's a good time to go ahead and get us to wrap up, because I think that was profound, Alex. That was exactly what we needed. So what shout outs you got this week before we go ahead and say goodbye?
Shout outs. You got anything?
Cleon, you got one?
I always forget about the shout outs.
I got none.
I'm going to go ahead and give quick shout out to I always said that I was going to, after last week, I was like, I'm going to keep my shout outs positive because the team's making me feel negative. But the team made me feel positive this week, so I could be a little bit of negative. Shout out to the WrestleMania build for being trash this year. I've been very annoyed by everything WWE is doing for WrestleMania this weekend, and I'm excited that I get to watch us play Houston rather than what I'm assuming is Brock Lesnar beat Obafemi. If they do that, I'm going to be incredibly mad. And Cleon, I know, agrees with me on that.
Oba?
If Oba loses, I'm gonna go ahead and burn down NXT. So
Oba ain't losing.
I don't know, man. They specifically put that for the free hour that's on ESPN because I think they want people to watch it. So who knows? And the other shout out is video game movies. I saw one that was good and one that was bad. And the one that was bad is the one that everyone knows about. So I did not care for
What
Super
was
Mario
the other
Galaxy. I saw Exit 8. It was a Japanese movie about this game, like where you're trying to get out of a subway station. But like, if you don't notice anything that's wrong with the subway, like you're in like stuck in a loop. And it's like, if you don't notice the anomaly, you get sent to start over and you have to get through 8 levels of it. And it's just like really minute stuff sometimes. Sometimes it's really obvious, but it was really well done for a movie that just took place in a subway terminal, like with like 3 people. Like, it was pretty cool. I did not care for Super Mario Galaxy though. So
I'll shout out to the
bro.
I'll shout out the Orlando Magic for having a chance to be super disappointing and get the 7 seed when the season was supposed to be so high. Spend all this money on Desmond Bain and get 2 super maxes out, and they all are injured, and you got a chance to at least play a play-in game at home, and you play in Boston, who you're if you get through the play-in, you're going to play them anyways, and you're playing them without their top 8 guys. I mean, they looked like Orlando City's going to look like on Wednesday, but worse. And the Magic lost. They lost to, I mean, guys who you ain't never heard of.
A guy named Bailey Shireman.
Yeah, just schooling our number ones. I mean, goodness gracious. You want to talk about coaching change, man. Oscar Pareja and Mosley should have been on the same plane to wherever they went, because that guy is, I don't understand the Magic. And then now they the best guy that was probably for the job, Michael Malone, now he's off of the coaching carousel. He went to UNC. So the Orlando Magic, man, spent more money than I think anybody in the offseason. Gave away $400 or $500 million and 4 draft picks just to be the 8th seed. That has got to be one of the most disappointing seasons in Magic history, I think.
Go Knicks.
They ain't gonna do nothing either.
We're gonna do more than the Magic.
It ain't matter. It don't matter when you get knocked out either way in the Eastern Conference semifinals.
Yeah, we'll see. We could be we beat the Celtics for sure. So
you ain't beating the Celtics.
Beating them all year.
All right, we'll see. Without Tatum, now they got Tatum. But
beat him with Tatum last time he was there.
That was when he just came back. He'd be all right.
It was literally like a week ago.
Yeah, he's still coming back.
All right, he's been coming back for 2 months. So, Glenn, you don't have anything.
The Knicks, dude.
I hate the Celtics. So,
well, we can agree on that.
I'm gonna say it one more time for emphasis. If you lose in Naples, stay in Naples. Don't come back home.
None
of y'all.
They can stay at Ryder's house.
None of
you.
The manager, not Joe Schumann, not nobody. Don't nobody come back home.
And Ryder, if you're still listening, if I see any picture with you that doesn't have purple on Wednesday at the game, you could stay in Naples too. You better be Orlando City guy.
I'll add to that. Yes, you better have purple on, but if you also did like a split jersey, I would also kick you out of the podcast. I don't think I got authority to do that, but anyone who does those split jerseys, that is like my number one pet peeve in sports. Like, ain't no house divided, ain't no like, oh, my wife cheers for them. Like, no.
Kayla,
you have a team.
Kayla
you don't
is
split it.
Watching this. She's watching this right now with her sewing machine in front of her, halfway done.
Just son
Kayla
of
would never, bro.
She would not. No. Kayla is committed to her team. I agree.
Kayla
I don't think she would never. She's gonna be more hardline than Ryder is about that.
Exactly.
Right.
Kayla would
all right, guys. I don't know what we're doing as far as all right, there we go. I don't know what we're doing about Den After Dark because I'm barely going to be able to watch the US Open Cup game. I got tickets to see John Mulaney that night, so I'm going to go enjoy that.
I think we're skipping Den After Dark on Wednesday because listen, it's either going to be super boring, we did what we did, or it's going to be
John Mulaney
absolutely miserable.
So we'll see what happens. Might be canceled for this week, but Vamos Orlando always. We love you. Be kind to each other. And we'll see you guys next week.
Thanks for joining us this week on the Orlando Lions Den podcast. Don't forget to follow us at Orlando Lions Den on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. See you next week in the Den.